Congratulations on everything. You're serving again. How awesome is it to have another chance to serve on this council?
Well, it's pretty amazing. I never had any clue, any desire or whatnot to be in politics. And when a friend who was on city council came to see me, it was on a cold January, not as cold as it's been the last couple of days, but it was a cold January. And he says he wanted to come to see me, and I said, okay. Well, so I'm thinking, why is he coming to see me? And I said, the guy's name was Charles. I said, Charles, I know why you're here. You raising money for Boy Scouts. Concrete business in January is awful. I can't give you any money for concrete. No, I want you to run for city council. I said, heck, Charles, I'd rather give you money for Boy Scouts. And so I ran, and I was the leading vote getter at that time. And about the next year or so, he calls me back and he says, do you know that Whit Clement is going to run for Attorney General, and that seat is going to be open, and would you want to run for House of Delegates? I said, all right, Charles. So let's just see what happens. And so I ran for House, and so I was there for 24 years.
I was going to say, 2 decades later, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And with Shakiva and Shelby, both of them great servants of the city of Danville, more than competent in their own rights. How glad are you to have been in such a competitive field with so many knowledgeable folks?
Well, I think that it's a tough choice for these members of the city council. And so it was a little surprising they came back in that quick.
Yeah.
But I think that I think they made the right choice. And so I look forward to working with these guys. I mean, I know them all because when I was in House, I would communicate with all of them. I would send them emails about, here's a bill coming up that could affect the city of Danville, and so on and so forth. The 1% sales tax. I talked to Ken about that, and I said, is that a good idea or a bad idea? That's a great idea. 1% would generate about $9 million for the city. And he says, if we raise taxes, property tax enough, you have to raise it about 30%. You can't do that.
No, sir.
So this was a great way to get some much needed maintenance and a new school built. And so, some of those type of things that I have been able to work with, not only the city manager, but other members of here also.
Yeah, and speaking of the other members, and the talent pool, what is their selection to you? What does it say about the confidence they have in you to be able to keep contributing to the growth of Southside?
Well, I think it is a little humbling, but I think that we've worked well together. Over the years, we've got some new faces here that, from the time I was here, but I've always tried to, keep, a close communications between, me as a House member and a member of City Council. So one of the things that builds those bonds, builds that relationship, and to me, it's about relationships, to make sure that you're doing the right thing.
Yes, sir. And this will be my last question. You mentioned it. As a business owner, you've been fighting for, your workers. You've been fighting for us down here. Really, what does that speak to your love of Danville?
Well, I grew up here, and so I lived here my whole life, and so my family grew up here. So, my father and my uncle started a business here, and so my grandfather started. I never met my grandfather. He passed away when my dad was 16, but he had a mule, and he had a drag pan and a shovel. And what he would do is go out to Fall Creek off 360 and drag sand out of the creek and throw it up onto a screen and onto that wagon and take the same mule and go into Danville and sell sand. And so so from there to then my brother and I bought out my dad, some 20 years ago. And plus, we ended up with 180 employees and 10 different locations. So, I have been very blessed. I mean, in 2025, I've been blessed with
your health. So
with this thing,
yes,
right
sir.
here. So I have been very blessed.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I told someone. I don't think God's through with me yet. And so I think that he put me here for for some, for something else he's got that he wants me to do.
Yes, sir. And he made it evident tonight, right?
Yeah.
So, and this will be my last question. I'll let you get on the phone with old Vip over here. So, really, what's the message that you want to give to the citizens of Danville?
Well, my job is always about trying to bring prosperity back to our area, and so that to me, that is jobs, good paying jobs, so that they can, citizens can provide for their family. And education is important, so that those young men and women who graduate from school or trade school or whatnot, will be able to, get one of those jobs. So that's what it's about.